Today we're diving into something truly exciting, the completely revamped Sub-Zero built-in refrigerator lineup. It's been a long wait since their last major update, but Sub-Zero has now upped the ante, facing growing competition head-on with a full refresh.
Whether you're here because your old built-in fridge just died and you're reeling from the sticker shock of a replacement, or if you're in the midst of a kitchen renovation and weighing your options, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to explore what sets Sub-Zero's new refrigerators apart, dissecting features, designs, and of course, what this means for your wallet. If you're wondering whether Sub-Zero has managed to keep its crown in the built-in refrigerator realm, or if it's time to consider the alternatives, stay tuned. We've got all the insights you need to make the best choice for your home.
Hi, I'm John from Designer Appliances, the leading appliance showroom in New Jersey and New York. While we do sell appliances, our goal here is to make your purchasing decisions easier and more informed. We bring our hands-on expertise and honest insights to every review, and you can expect that same level of dedication and transparency when you visit one of our showrooms. Before we dive into the exciting new changes in the Sub-Zero lineup, let's first address a fundamental question many of you might be asking. What exactly is a built-in refrigerator?
We see this a lot. People invest in a completely custom kitchen, new cabinets, high-end cooking appliances, interesting ceiling details, but they skimp in one important place. No custom kitchen is complete without a built-in refrigerator. They make a statement as opposed to just being a place to store food. They complement your design as opposed to sticking out like a sore thumb. These appliances are literally built into your cabinets. They get anchored into the top and sides, so there's no gap all the way around. Seamless. They typically need to be planned for at the beginning stages of a kitchen remodel. The sizes are wider and taller, but the depth is shallower so they don't stick out into your kitchen. And the configurations are endless, allowing you to customize your refrigeration to your lifestyle. Design-wise, you can show off your refrigeration by going with stainless steel, or make them totally disappear by having your kitchen designer create panels made to match the surrounding cabinets. So if you love to entertain and want to maximize how you store food and wine, or just want your kitchen design to reflect your good taste and personal style, a built-in refrigerator is a must.
But not all built-ins are created equally, and for years, Sub-Zero has worn the crown as the leader in luxury refrigeration.
Sub-Zero is an American-made company out of Wisconsin and has been around since 1945, ever since its founder, Westy Bakke, then an employee at Frigidaire, turned his custom work for famed architect Frank Lloyd Wright into a full-time business. Food preservation was always a top priority for the brand, and the name Sub-Zero comes from the fact that in 1945, Bakke's fridge was able to achieve and maintain a temperature below zero, a difficult feat in those days.
When I talk to people about Sub-Zero, there's three things that set the brand apart. Food preservation is still a core focus. They also excel at design flexibility, and their customer service and support is world-class. Let's start by diving into Sub-Zero's approach to food preservation.
With my family, I feel like we throw away just as much, if not more, produce than we actually eat. Case in point, my kids love strawberries, but after less than a week, they seem to get mushy or moldy. Here's the explanation why. Your typical refrigerator has a compressor that cools the air for both the freezer and the refrigerator. This air enters the freezer at freezing temps, and the refrigerator compartment pulls over some of that ice-cold air every so often as needed to maintain its own temperature. That's the reason you might sometimes notice your lettuce or other items freezing in certain parts of the fridge. But food hates temperature swings, and with this design, those swings are unavoidable. Sub-Zero was the first to introduce dual compressors, one dedicated to the refrigerator and the other to the freezer. This design prevents the mixing of air between the two compartments and allows you to keep temperature controlled to within 1 degree. The result? Food that lasts longer and tastes fresher too. It's a huge plus if you're big on eating lots of fresh produce, but it also extends to all types of foods. But another key factor in food freshness is humidity control. Sub-Zero's dual evaporator system allows for a drier environment in the freezer to avoid frost and a moisture environment in the fridge so your fridge isn't pulling moisture from your fresh foods. Another way Sub-Zero limits temperature swings is with their active vacuum door seal. If you've ever tried to open one, it requires a bit more effort, but the payoff is substantial. It prevents external air from entering the compartment. No other brand pays this much attention to temperature control. And lastly, Sub-Zero's fridges feature a NASA-inspired air purification system specifically targeting ethylene gas. It's a natural byproduct released by many fruits and vegetables, like bananas and tomatoes, that accelerates ripening and can cause other produce to spoil prematurely. Ever try to ripen fruit faster by putting it in a brown paper bag? This process works by trapping ethylene gas. That comes in handy if you want to ripen something, but you don't want it affecting all of the produce in your fridge all at once. By actively removing this gas, as well as unwanted odors, your greens, fruits, and all other perishables maintain their freshness and flavor for longer. Quick tip: from the factory, the purification system is turned off, and many people don't realize this. Make sure to turn it on in the control panel to get the best results out of your fridge.
Food preservation is important, but not a top priority for everyone. At the end of the day, if you're investing in a Sub-Zero, you want something that either makes a statement or completely disappears.
Sub-Zero has 3 different design series. The Classic series epitomizes the iconic Sub-Zero look, featuring a prominent grill at the top. Available in side-by-side, French door, bottom freezer, and column models, these bring a refined commercial aesthetic that fits beautifully into any kitchen. While you can hide these models behind cabinetry panels, they don't completely disappear. For those seeking a more integrated look, the Designer series is the perfect choice. These column units are available in stainless steel or with custom panels and can seamlessly blend into your kitchen cabinetry, virtually disappearing into the decor. Achieving a fully flush install like this isn't just about the appliance, it's also about the installation. We've heard from countless installers that Sub-Zero makes it the easiest to make small fine adjustments to the alignment of the door panels for a perfect installed look. That just isn't the case with some other brands. With the Designer and Classic series, the possibilities are endless. We really like the look of a wall with fridge, freezer, and wine columns all together. Another popular option we love seeing is a symmetrical design, with columns flanking the left and right sides of your cooking appliances. And finally, for a bold statement, the Professional series is unmatched. It showcases see-through glass doors and robust, professional-inspired designs that are sure to be the centerpiece of any kitchen.
So Sub-Zeros can preserve food and look good, but will they last?
Sub-Zero refrigerators are built to last over 20 years, far exceeding the typical 7 to 10 year lifespan of a standard refrigerator. This durability is a critical factor in evaluating their cost effectiveness. Besides their longevity, Sub-Zero's customer service is renowned in the industry. They understand that excellence extends beyond the product to every aspect of the customer experience, especially in handling any issue that may arise. Their warranty is unmatched, offering a full 2-year warranty on the appliance, a full 5-year warranty on the sealed system, which includes the compressor and evaporators we talked about earlier, and then you're covered for up to 12 years on parts for the sealed system. Another important consideration is the compatibility of custom panels. With a built-in fridge, if you opt to use custom cabinetry panels, you want the fridge to last as long as your cabinets. Many other brands change specs every few years, or worse, discontinue their models, leaving you completely hanging. Sub-Zero sticks with the same specs year over year, and the event they make changes, they provide retrofit kits to allow old panels to work on their new models. This commitment to longevity and adaptability offers peace of mind, ensuring your kitchen design remains cohesive over the years.
But over the years, we haven't loved everything about Sub-Zero, making us all the more excited for this year's update.
We started Designer Appliances over 15 years ago. That was actually the last time Sub-Zero did any sort of overhaul to their lineup. We've essentially been selling the same exact models from them ever since we've been in business. And in the last 15 years, new competitors have popped up left and right. What was once an easy decision, now not so much. While Sub-Zero was and still is the most desired and recognized luxury appliance brand, if you were to view it side by side with a competitor, you wouldn't be wrong to think it looked a little dated. New competitors feature fully stainless or black interiors, fancy lighting, and updated shelving. To the untrained eye, Sub-Zero appeared to be lacking.
This year's updates touched on all these major points.
To the disappointment of some, Sub-Zero did not move to a fully stainless steel interior like many had hoped. I personally think this was a smart move. In my opinion, even with a good lighting system, stainless interior refrigerators look a little too sterile and dark. Brands that move to that type of interior claim that the sheer presence of stainless helps maintain temperatures and keep a sterile environment. But we already talked about everything Sub-Zero does to ensure food preservation, and they were and still are the best in the game at that. A stainless steel interior would have just increased the cost. Sub-Zero did improve the overall interior design, however. Each shelf now has a stainless steel trim to give it a more elevated look. Each shelf itself also has a special nano coating to congeal spills before they have a chance to drip on food below. The lighting system was a big upgrade. In addition to an LED light panel at the top of the fridge for generalized lighting, now each shelf individually has a light strip, making this the best lit refrigerator on the market. Little details like these add up to making this feel like a luxury appliance every time it's opened. Another welcome addition is redesigned shelving to hold even more end-to-end than last year's models, and the dairy bin now folds up to accommodate larger items underneath. In models with a freezer drawer, the drawer bins now slide to accommodate larger items.
These smart interior updates help to refresh the interior look and feel of the fridge, but Sub-Zero has also managed to improve their already best-in-class food preservation story.
I already covered food preservation in detail, but this year's Sub-Zero managed to improve it even further. Now, instead of just circulating the same air throughout the fridge compartment, Sub-Zero's latest models feature what they call a split climate system. Inside, there's two separate fans to circulate air, one dedicated to the main shelving area and another specifically for the crisper drawers. By using separate fans, this system can more effectively maintain uniform temperature throughout the fridge, reducing the risk of hot or cold spots that can adversely affect food quality. And as we discussed earlier, different foods require different humidity levels for optimal preservation. With this system, it's possible to maintain a higher humidity in the crisper drawers, ideal for fruits and vegetables, while keeping the main area at a lower humidity, which is better for items like meats and dairy.
So with all of these updates, does Sub-Zero deserve a spot at the top of your list, or should you consider alternatives?
In my opinion, Sub-Zero is still the brand to beat. We talked about food preservation as a main differentiating factor, and Sub-Zero has managed to get even better. No one beats them in that department. And the interior got even better. Stainless accents, better lighting, and enhanced storage. But to me, the build quality, longevity, and customer support is the most important factor when buying an appliance like this. No one's even close to them in that department. And if something does break down years down the line, parts will be available and there will be trained repair people to help fix it. The same thing cannot be said for other brands that have only been doing built-in fridges for a few years. Not to mention, installers are more comfortable installing Sub-Zero than any other brand of built-ins, so there's a much better chance that you'll get a perfect installed look compared to someone who's installing something for the first time.
As the best in the market, you might be wondering how much is this going to cost, especially if you're in the position of needing to replace a broken built-in that came with your house.
Equipping your home with a Sub-Zero is an investment. For a smaller model, you're looking at around $10,000, but our more popular sizes are typically in the $14,000 price range and above. If you decide to go the column route and completely customize your kitchen's refrigeration, the price can easily soar to $20,000 or more. Also, Sub-Zero has the largest impact on resale value in terms of appliances when it does come time to sell your home.
With Sub-Zero, it's all about food preservation, design, and longevity. If you're interested in Sub-Zero for your home, what's next?
The specifications for these high-end fridges can be intricate, and finding the right fit for your space may be challenging. That's why we're here. If you're in the New York, New Jersey area, visit one of our showrooms and our team will be happy to help guide you to the perfect refrigerator for you and your home. If you're outside of our area, don't worry. As part of our mission to make appliance shopping easy, we've created a cheat sheet for buying a built-in refrigerator. This covers all aspects of buying a fridge so you don't make any mistakes and can ask your sales rep the right questions so you don't have remorse. See the link in the description below to get our cheat sheet.
If you have any questions or thoughts about Sub-Zero's refrigeration, we'd love to hear from you. What aspect of a Sub-Zero are you most attracted by? Preservation, design, or longevity? Let us know in the comments below.